Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Sheena Anam, artist and art educator from Bangalore. Today we'll be working on different types of gouache trees and I'll be using this square sketchbook from Ayush paper. And for my paints, I'll be using gouache paints from Brustro. And I have two round brushes and one flat brush. All the materials will be listed in the description box below. So let's get started. I start off by making a vertical line using burnt sienna for the tree trunk. We're making a pine tree. Next, I'm using Viridian hue, dark green color, and adding small strokes. I'm using a round brush here. The size of the leaves decrease as we go towards the top. Between each crown of leaves, I'm going to use sap green and fill the rest of the gap in between. Also remember to add small dots around the trees. I gave a pointed edge to the tree. Next, I have used lemon yellow and added a few highlights. As gouache is a very opaque medium, you can layer it on the green as well. You can look for where the light is incident and then add the yellow. That finishes our first kind of tree, pine tree. Next we'll be working on maple tree. It's a beautiful tree which is yellow, orangish and red color. I wanted to do a variant apart from green. So first I'm going to mix yellow, lemon yellow, and add a few circular strokes towards the top. And to form the base I have used black. Then I use yellow ochre and layer it on top of the lemon yellow. I'm using small C strokes to do these leaves. For my third color, I use vermilion and fill the gaps in between these leaves. I show a gradient effect from lemon yellow, yellow ochre and vermilion. And finally, to add some depth, I also added some black to the vermilion to create a shade of brown. I have used the scumbling technique, or you can do small C's, the letter C. And once this has dried, I use a thin round brush and draw the trunk or the bark. It can be thicker towards the bottom and thinner towards the top. You can also draw loose branches hanging towards the top. Towards the base of the tree, I have added thin short strokes to show the leaves fallen. Now I use a little bit of white to add the highlights. I'm doing this only on one side of the tree. Next we'll be working on deciduous tree. I have used white for the base and then I add a coat of brown on one side. The branches are made using black color. We can fill the base of the tree where the roots rest by adding yellow and green. And again I add small short strokes using black to show the fallen leaves or the grass. Then I use a flat brush and start adding dark green. This forms the base color for our tree. I'm going to gently press the brush on paper, creating defined leaves. Then I'll work on sap green and I'll use the same technique and fill the gap in between. You can carefully leave the place for the branches. I also leave a little bit of white dots in between. Now let's define the leaves a bit more. So I have taken dark green, olive green color, and I'm creating few bushes. Remember to add small dots around the tree. I now detail the trunk using black. You can add thin lines or dots. I add a hint of vermilion to one side of the tree. And finally tone it down with my titanium white. Lastly, I use lemon yellow towards the top of the tree. A good quality sketchbook is one of the first things that I look out for before painting. I'm using Ayush paper sketchbook because paper matters. They have a wide range of sketchbooks ranging from brown, grey, black and white. You can also check out their interesting website named ask.ayushpaper.com where you can ask queries related to art and art supplies. It forms a great platform for newbies as well as experienced artists to share their knowledge. All details will be listed in the description box below. So after painting the three trees, I wanted to add a tree trunk or the bark of the tree. So I mixed a little bit of vermilion and yellow ochre to make the bark, making a rectangular block. And then I have added some loose green leaves. Here I'm just concentrating on the bark. I'll show you after painting the leaves. I've added small needle shaped leaves. So I mix a little bit of black to the tree trunk and now I'm adding small lines. These are called breaking lines that you can draw across the tree trunk. You can also add few dots or cracks to show the rugged edges and unevenness of the bark. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial and we would love to see your recreation. Please tag us or DM us what you have made on our Instagram handle at Ayush Paper. Thank you so much for watching.